Hi guys, so this is the look I've got for you today. It's very pretty and it's very frosty and I feel a bit like a winter fairy or something, an ice queen, something along those lines. Most of the products I use to get this look are from the new Sigma Fall Softly collection, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway of the entire collection, so 4 blushes, 3 lip glosses, 3 lip bases and an entire eyeshadow palette, and also a set of brushes as well. I asked if you could have a set of brushes, so you will also get the basic eyes kit too. So if you're interested in the giveaway, I will leave all the information in the description, and yeah, let's jump into it. Since a lot of these shadows are pretty pale, you're going to need some kind of white base to make the colours show up properly. So here I'm using LunatiCK Cosmetics Lab white base, and I'm just going to apply this all over the lid. And you could also use something like the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, which is a nice creamy product, or you could also use something like just a regular white eyeliner pencil, like a kohl pencil. It's probably going to take a bit more time because it's obviously a smaller product, but you can also just like smudge that all over the lid as well. Next I'm taking Lyrical, which is a cute frosty pink, and then I'm just patting this onto most of the lid. I just leave a little bit at the outer corner of the eye because I'm going to put a darker shade on there later on. And with this pink colour, you could also wet the product with a setting spray or something to get like a super frosty, almost foiled kind of look if you wanted to. I think that would look really nice with this look as well. Next, you want to take this shade with a big fluffy brush and then roughly just take this through the socket just to add a bit of definition there. Next, you want to take Elderberry, which is actually one of my favourite shades from their old Creme de Couture palette, if you remember that. And you just want to apply this roughly in that outer V area to begin with, and then you want to take a blending brush and very gently start to buff that across onto the lid, into the pink, and then also buff out the edges upwards and into the crease a little bit too. You can see here that I'm really focusing that colour in the outer V area and keeping that lid space nice and light, so you want to try do that too. Now this next bit didn't really show up much on camera, but I still did it, so I might as well just tell you what I did. I added a bit of this matte pink to the crease, just because I like my colours to fade out in my smoke out usually, so purple to pink makes sense to me. So going back in with that purple again, this time I'm just taking a smaller pencil brush for a more precise application, and then I'm just building up the colour, blending it out, and then just rinse and repeat until you're happy with the colour intensity. So instead of doing my usual kind of thick gel liner, I decided to go with the grey from the palette and just take that across the lash line. I think creating that line between the eyeshadow and the lashes really just pulls everything together and makes everything look a bit more finished, and it also makes the lashes look fuller, so if you're not wearing false lashes, then this will be really beneficial. Next I'm taking that white base again, and this time I'm taking it underneath the eye and then going over top with a frosty light blue. You want to take this about 2/3 of the way underneath the eye and then also bring it around the inner corner and up onto the lid a bit as well. Next I'm taking that dark grey again, and this time I'm applying that in the outer third and then I'm blending it into that blue. I always like a darker colour around the edges of my eye because I just think it helps with the overall shape of the eyeshadow, and I don't know, I like a gradient. I can't just have one colour, I always have to do like 5 different colours every single time, but I think it works. Then I went over with a little bit of Elderberry to add a purple tint to kind of make the top and the bottom flow together a bit better. And then you want to take any kind of blending brush. My favourite for underneath the eye is of course the Sigma E32, and then you just want to blend those edges out. Now this bit isn't necessary, but I hate leaving any part of the eye unattended to, it just drives me crazy. So I'm also tightlining with a dark blue liner, and this isn't from this collection, but it's still by Sigma. And then I'm also running a gorgeous baby blue liner across the lower waterline. And again, this isn't from the Fall Softly collection, but it does work really nicely with this palette. The highlight I decided to go with was a bit of an unusual choice, but I think it worked with the look quite nicely, and I decided to use the gold colour from the palette, and I applied this really lightly underneath the brow and then roughly in the inner corner dark side of the nose kind of area. The mascara I used today was by Eyeko, and I've been loving this recently. It's not quite as thick as my usual mascara, so it's ideal for like more toned down looks, which obviously this isn't, but it's also really good if you're wearing like false lashes and you just need to coat the lashes in a layer of black so they blend in without adding too much volume or like clumpiness. So these are the lashes I'm using. They're quite short compared to what I usually wear, and I have no idea what they are, I'm sorry. I got them at IMATS at this random stall, and I have no idea where they're from. So if anyone actually knows what these lashes are or who sells them, then please let me and everyone else know, because they're pretty good and I want some more of them. The blush I went for was the shade Modesty, and these blushes are quite pigmented, so you only want to use a tiny bit and use a really light hand when you're applying it. It's always better to apply a small amount and then build, instead of just whacking on like loads of colour and then just having clown cheeks and regretting everything. So I have two lip options for you. The first one is this kind of bubblegum pink glossy lip, which wasn't very me. I think it was very pretty and it kind of went with the look, but it's not the kind of thing I feel comfortable wearing. So instead I changed to just using the lip base in Indulgent and leaving it like that. But then that's it. That's how you too can look like a winter fairy ice queen thing. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, all the giveaway information is going to be in the description, so if you enter, good luck, and if you don't win, which I know only one person wins, but if you don't win, don't worry about it too much, because I have a bunch of other giveaways coming up as well. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.